This is the best iron farm for Minecraft Bedrock, and it has a built-in trading hall, so you're going to be able to trade with all of these villagers and get over 380 iron per hour, so settle in and let's build. The first thing we want to do is make sure at least 100 blocks away from all other villager breeders, iron farms, villages, all of those sorts of things, and then we're going to dig out a 5x5 hole that is 2 blocks deep. After digging out your hole, we're going to grab our beds now, and we're going to place down beds on both sides of the farm, just like so. Dig out this center strip, and then we can also remove the blocks underneath of these beds to place down a total of 20 beds in a nice compact area. So we're just going to place down the beds underneath of these beds, just like so. And if you want to shift, it's a little easier to get down there. We're then going to grab our building blocks, and we're going to fill in this gap, so that way no cats spawn down here. And then we're also going to fill in this top platform so that it is flush with the ground, and this is going to make it so no iron golems spawn in this little section. That'll make sense in a second. The next thing we're going to do is leave a 2-block gap, and we're going to do that all the way around the farm, building a giant square going 2 blocks around, just like this. And after building that square, we're going to grab our blocks again, and we're just going to create these little sections that are 2 blocks out, and we're going to do this on every single one of these walls to create 20 little turnstiles. I don't know if that's the right word. These are going to be the 20 little chambers that we hold all of the villagers in. After doing this, we are going to bring this wall up so that it is 3 blocks tall. And after building it 3 blocks high, it should look like this, and it looks kind of like a computer chip. I'm actually a huge fan of the way that this design looks. We're going to come into each one of these little trading centers now and throw down a torch inside of each of these little holes. And we're also going to grab our leaves, and we're going to create a leaf rim that goes 3 blocks out from the entire structure. And after building the 3-block perimeter and filling in every single one of these blocks on the outside of the farm with leaf blocks, and also placing in all of the torches, we are ready to move on. So we're going to grab our building blocks now, and we're going to build a giant platform going across here after we throw down a torch in the center of this hole, so that way nothing bad is going to spawn inside of this center chamber here. And again, we're just going to fill this entire platform in. And after filling in the center platform, you also want to extend the rest of these walls up 1 block higher so that they are 4 blocks tall. And then this center platform should be 11 by 11 blocks. And when we grab our leaf blocks, we're going to actually place down leaves going all the way across here, just like so. And what this is going to do is it's effectively increasing the spawn platform, because an iron golem can spawn on this block because this is a transparent block, whereas if this was cobblestone, then the actual spawning spot would be on this block. So it is very important that these are leaf blocks for the efficiency of this farm. Now we want to pick the front of the farm. This is going to be the direction we send the iron golems in, and it's also going to be where the collection chest is. And because I have this nice little scenery I've built up here, I think the front of the farm is going to be on this direction. So we are going to remove this block and this block. We are going to place down a chest right here, run a hopper into that chest, and then place down another chest right here. Or additionally, if you want it to come out a little more so that it is in line with the rest of the wall, we can place down the chest right there and remove this chest, place down a chest here, and we are just going to place down an extra hopper running into that chest. So 2 hoppers and then a double chest. We're then going to remove these 2 blocks as well as those 2 leaves, leaving a 5-block open area here so that we can grab our glass and place down glass on the front here, which is going to be 2 blocks tall. We're then going to grab our leaf blocks, and we're going to place down leaves going all the way around the perimeter again so that none of the iron golems can escape out of the farm. After finishing the leaf blocks, we're ready to grab our blocks now, and we can place down blocks going over top of everything. We're going to leave the chest open. We're going to place down blocks going above each of the chambers. I used trapdoors in my previous design that you saw in the beginning clip, but honestly, the trapdoors were more of an aesthetic choice, so you can just use regular blocks here. And this is an aesthetic choice, but one that I think is worth having to give it a little more shape. We're just going to use stairs instead of regular building blocks in these front sections, so that way it is not just one giant cube. Once we are done placing down all of these leaves, we're going to head back over into the center chamber there. Alright, so once you have all of the stairs in place, let's actually grab 2 more, and we're going to set one down right here, and we can set one right here, but that's just kind of like a faux block, if you will. Also, when did they update it so that like non-upside down stairs like this, you can still open the chest? That is so useful. We're gonna grab our glass now and place down another rim of glass up here so that it is 3 blocks tall, bringing us to a total of 15 glass. We are then going to grab our signs, and we're gonna place down a sign right here, a sign right here, a sign right here, one right here, and finally one on top of this sign, just like so. We can then grab our lava bucket and place down the lava bucket inside of that chamber, so that way any iron golems that flow over here are going to get put into the lava. So we can now grab our blocks, and we're gonna place down 4 blocks across here. We're just gonna build a little triangle like this, and we're gonna do the same thing over here, leaving a 1 block gap between your 2 triangles. And then gonna grab our water buckets, place down a water bucket in each of these corners, and then after placing down your water, everything should flow over into this hopper, leaving just the hopper empty so that all of the iron golems are gonna flow into the lava. We're then gonna remove all of these blocks because these are taking up precious spawn spots for our other golems. So now we have a giant 9x9 spawn platform, which is actually 9x9 because we used the leaf blocks. And we are now technically kind of done building the iron farm. The last thing we have to do is probably the hardest part, and that is getting our villagers inside of these little chambers so that they can sit here to be traded with. Now this is a 2-parter because not only are we going to get the villagers inside of here, we are also going to be in the process of taming cats that get spawned by the farm, either by sending them into this hopper here, which you can then like lead them out and tame them so that they sit here, or additionally we have this giant open spot which you can actually tame the cats and just have 5 cats in this bottom chamber. They should spawn in both locations, so it is all just about preference, and we are just going to tame 5 cats. Okay, once we have everything set up, we are ready to go ahead and get our villagers in here, and the way that you get your villagers in here is by using a minecart. So we're just going to set up a temporary rail, just like this, leaving the 1 block open here so that they fall into place. And you're just going to bring your villager over from a villager breeder, or you could literally just breed them in a hole. But make sure that you are only bringing 1 guy over into the farm at a time. That is extremely important, so that way we can get them properly linked up to their workstations. So let's just go ahead and get our villager, and we have a cleric here, but he's going to turn into a librarian very shortly. As you can see, he just linked to the bed. We can go ahead and push him into the chamber here, and we can go ahead and get rid of the temporary rail. At this point, we can now place down a block right here so that he is trapped inside of his little chamber, and he shouldn't go anywhere because he doesn't have a workstation, so he's not in a hurry. But we can just go ahead and get rid of this, put him inside of the lectern, and from here, we just gotta go ahead and break the minecart, just like that. So he is now in, I don't actually know if you have to get him out of the minecart, but I'm assuming you guys don't want to spend a bunch of iron on minecarts, so I would recommend getting them out of the minecart. From here, the next thing we have to do is, I don't have any emeralds or paper, so I'm going to go ahead and grab them. But you can go ahead and switch their trades. This is very easily done if you have a slab. I apologize for all the creative menu use. We're going to place down a slab right here. So if you want to switch his trades, right now he is trading bookshelves and paper, and I can't read that, but you know what I mean. So you can go ahead and just remove this lectern. He's not going to be able to escape because of the slab. Place down a new lectern, he will relink to it, and because we're doing 1 villager at a time and setting the trades that way, they're not gonna just randomly collect trades. Okay, so in this case, we want quick charge, but I don't have a book. All right, I have obtained the book, so I can now go ahead and get this quick charge trade. So this is going to be my quick charge villager. His trades are now locked. We can go ahead and remove this slab or leave it. It is completely up to you. But this guy is now locked in. We can remove his workstation. He will not lose his trades, and he will forever be linked to this workstation. He will not lose this workstation, and that is the most important part. We are going to do 1 villager at a time and do it for every single one of these little things. This is the lengthiest part, but once we have 20 villagers in here, we are going to have iron golems spawning. All right, and as you can see, I now have all of these villagers in place. They are all librarians, just so that it was nice and easy for me, but obviously you can use whatever villagers you would like. I now have my raw cod, and at some point you will have seen these cats. So all we have to do now is go ahead and tame these cats, and we can just lure them out. Come here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Okay, tame him, sit him down, go ahead and replace this, and replace this. And if we enter in here, let's just go ahead and make a temporary little water hold so nothing flows in. There should be some cats under here. There were not any cats in here. So we are just going to tame 5 cats total. So that way we have no more cats spawning inside of the farm. Not only do we not have the facilities to kill them, but they are also going to take up precious iron golem spawn spots. So you could just breed these cats together. I'm just going to go ahead and spawn a few more. Go ahead and tame them all. And once you have 5 cats here, no more cats are going to spawn. We're going to get plenty of iron. And in fact, I need to look at my design. Okay, truthfully, I'm not sure why this iron golem spawned on the edge here. In all of my testing, that hadn't happened once, and I AFK'd for over 3 hours. But fixing this is actually extremely simple. We're just going to take some extra leaves, and we're going to throw down leaves on all of these solid blocks on the roof here. So we're just going to leave those stairs open and place down leaf blocks, but that is extremely weird. So if that happens to you, this is the solution. If it doesn't happen to you, great. That is very bizarre. But once you have all of these leaves in place, it is impossible for anything to spawn up here, and they are all going to spawn in... Are you going to take damage? Okay, good. They are all going to spawn in the chamber. So let's just go ahead and push these kitties down. And finally this one. And let's just finish off these leaf blocks. Perfect. With that now done, you will see that we already have iron inside of this chest. What is going on? Now it won't open. Oh, because this got replaced with a block. I'm losing my mind. As you can see, we already have iron in here. I'm going to go ahead and AFK for an hour, and we're going to see how much iron I get. He is staring me down. Alright, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, then be sure to subscribe and leave a like. My name is 1UpMC, and I will catch you guys in the next one.